Hey internet, Dragon Ball Super 108. I'm sorry, but I forgot to mention something about the previous episode, and it was when Master Roshi was getting beat on by Frost, Goku ran off to go and try and help Master Roshi. However, he kind of got intercepted by Brienne, of course. And the funny thing is, though, is that while that was going down, Goku just happened to get caught up in that fight, which at this point I found kind of weird because Frost could kill him, or at the very least he could do some permanent damage, like beyond what a Sensu beam could probably even fix, or mortally wound him and then kick him off the edge, and then like he dies like in the stands, because technically he didn't die like in the ring, he died in the stands, like it could be that sort of thing, like you never know. But in the process of that, Goku's kind of like just fighting Brienne, and he just forgets about Master Roshi. And of course, this episode sort of picks up with that, with Goku kind of fighting her and saying how strong she is, and saying that her power comes through love, and so on and so forth. And those two basically clashing back and forth, like trying to test strengths and see who's the strongest or whatever, stuff like that. And that's all wonderful, which is sort of intercut with the whole which that we do get a cut to Topo, who is like, well, I'm about to punch the fuck out of Kabba right now, and basically he promptly does that. so it's kind of getting so they're kind of just filling in like a little bit of the stasis for right now, which I do like. Intercut between all this Justice Flash and Justice Punch and Love Machine Gun and Love Attacks and all the rest of this other stuff, the parent universes or whatever. In between all that, we do get a very interesting conversation, which technically it did pop up on my last video, which was that some of the guys are saying like, well, now you would think that because Universe 11 has only 3 members that they would have been out already, or that because Universe 6 and 7 that they have the most members that they would have won. However, in the process of that, though, is that they haven't, which is really weird for them to kind of say, because necessarily in a tournament which that does have a time limit, in this case a battle royale, anything can happen in 45 minutes. Like technically, like even though Universe 7 and 8, like they have the most members of having 7, like at the moment, anything could happen, especially since that we don't know how strong like upon the upper echelon how strong Jiren is. We don't really know like in relation to everybody. We think that Jiren is the top, but it could be somebody else. And also also Topo also is a high-end fighter. Like with Universe 3 and 11 like still in there, and not too many people may really keeping their eyes on them. You still have to ask the question of, we know how strong Goku, Vegeta, and everybody else in 7 are. We know that 6 has some high-end fighters, but other than that, though, we don't really know how on a one-on-one fight, like how most of their stronger people really stack up to some of the other universes, especially in Universe 7. In Universe 11. Or we know that most people in Universe 6 will have a hard-ass time against the leftovers in Universe 11. The only people who probably could fight the people of Universe 11 is Universe 7. Like, that's it. Like our universe. Like, that's it. Other than that, it's hard to say. But basically, we kind of shift from the serious talk over to something that is going on with Gohan. And Gohan is having a hard time fighting Boretta from Universe 3. So, of course, he's having his hard time again, because, again, this is a Gohan thing. Where basically he was on top for a second, he had a really good fight, realized that this fight was serious, had their fight with a sniper, and now basically he's going up against the Yardrat, who basically has the instant transmission, and Gohan knows full well about it because his father uses it. However, the weird thing about this, though, is that Gohan goes on to say, yeah, I know what the instant transmission can do. I'm not gonna let my guard down. Then proceeds to let his guard down, which that they kind of excuse by saying, well, yeah, he's attacking his blind spots, which would make you think that if a fighter of his caliber, like if a fighter of his caliber can fight a man, or at least man can fight a wolf man without using his eyes, you know, and using like his massive energy, man, like as a homing field, I don't know what was stopping him from doing that to beat this dude, especially since he's using instant transmission, you know. So that's weird to me, especially since that Frieza kind of comes in and also demonstrates that, yeah, just with speed alone, like, you can catch up to this fucker and beat the shit out of him, you know. But then again, I don't know if they can sense his energy or not. So that's a weird ass question. I mean, the people from Universe 9 I get, because those are wolf men, you know, so whatever. But in this case, I don't know. But basically, Frieza shows up, helps Gohan out, and takes out the Yard Rat. But in the process, I get the feeling like that I think he killed him in the stands, like what I was saying earlier. I really think he did. Like, he mortally wounded him. Either that, or he fucking knocked him the fuck out, man, like, where, like, he left serious damage on him and then threw him out the ring, you know. However, it is funny, though, that, like, the reason why that the Yard Rat lost was because Frieza had a tail. So, that's fun, you know. But then this is kind of when Master Roshi kind of goes in and is like, hey, I think Frieza has some type of ulterior motive. Why the fuck is he here? Is he trying to kill Gohan or kill us off, or try and, like, get the Dragon Balls and do something sinister? Which we promptly kind of fills in the blanks of what he thinks, which is, yeah, Frieza is trying, man, to kill us all off, get the Dragon Balls himself, and either become as powerful as a god, kill off the Omni King, kill off everybody else in the universe, making himself the brand new Omni King, you know, some crazy shit like that. And Frieza's like, oh no, you found my plan out. You know, well, thus Frost comes over and is like, hey there, senpai, how's it going? I don't trust you though, man, but hey, you gotta fight, you gotta fight your teammate to basically, man, like, make me trust you, you know, which is sort of interesting, because, like, from the first punch, though, or at least, like, that little scan line, I think we all knew, like, that something was up, because, again, we all know how strong Golden Frieza is compared to Gohan's ultimate form. If Golden Frieza can fucking give Super Saiyan Blue, like, at some shape or form, and, like, of its power a hard-ass time, or at least in this continuity versus the movies, then we already know that Gohan wasn't going to stack up to that shit. So that's really weird, you know. But basically, he goes on to tell Frost, hey, or at least he kind of does the Super Saiyan shit with him, which is basically like, listen, I trained for this, so this is basically my Super Saiyan 2. All right, can you go full power? I can go full power. Ha, you know, like, because, like, I'm a Mega Saiyan. And he's like, well, yeah, man, like, that's nice. However, I gotta show you the biggest lesson of all. Don't trust nobody, especially me, if you evil. And then just shot him the fuck off the goddamn side. Which is funny, because you would think that with all his skills and shit like that, he would have had enough foresight to dodge that, but you know. So basically, he blinks, he's in the stands in his full power mode, and Frieza insults him by calling him a fucking amateur. It's like, I wouldn't work with no goddamn amateur. Which, to Frieza's credit, he is right. I mean, again, like, Frieza, I mean, like, people, they keep trying to denounce Frieza as, like, he's a tyrant and shit. But I'm like, at the very least, Frieza is efficient. I mean, remember, like, when we met him, he already had a big chunk of the universe, like, underneath his heel. So again, he knows how much, like, enemies can take and how much energy he probably shouldn't like put on people, you know, because unlike Frost, a person, like, who basically gained their recognition, man, from underhanded ways, Frieza on the other hand kind of wasn't in it's not in deception. It's just, I am what I am and I'm good at it. You know, so yeah, he is right. Frost is a fucking amateur, and this is, like, especially, man, when it comes to doing, like, outright evil shit, he's terrible at that. You know, to where that, like, man, when Magetta was kind of doing its own thing. I mean, like, what the fuck was stopping him, man, from just taking Roshi out early on? He just didn't. Like, he's just fucking around. Like, he can take out Krillin, man, like, super easy, but can't take out anybody else. Fucker sucks. But that is what I gotta say about that. Tell me what you think about this down there in the comment section. Sorry for making this video so long. I'm out. Tell me what you think. Later.